Peace and blessings, family. This is your boy Gerald. It is Monday, the 12th of June, 2017. How is everybody doing? No, this is not a repeat. I just put a video out just shortly. But as I completed the video, I felt that, I've kind of been, I kind of been slipping a little bit because I try to make a point that when you reach out to me, the same energy given, I return it because I know the value of your time. And I also know that wherever you are, whatever your reality is, this is time sensitive. I also know it's spiritual because I know at the intended time and moment, you're going to find this video. This is going to give you some clarity. This is going to give you some validation. And it's going to give you some understanding on why things are being revealed to you as it should. Also may give you some understanding on why things did not. So how is everybody doing? Doing all right? Getting ready to step into a new week, family. New experiences, new opportunities, all to play out by way of free will. That's right. Those are those two. You got two spiritual gifts the moment that you took your first breath, because see, when that seal was placed over your life and you were given the opportunity to take on a physical form, you were given an assignment to fulfill a certain prophecy. Yes. We know that as your purpose. So therefore, you have to be strategic. You have to have a connection with your emotions. Your emotions are nothing but the litmus paper that is connected to your spirit, the real you. It's okay. It's okay. I'm talking to you. You can drop your guard because all you're going to find here is love. There's no agenda. Well, if I had to say there was an agenda, yeah, there is. And that's for you to love you. So the best you can be displayed on this planet. So that the best you has the best support system and is not living in your dreams. That's right. Because as I've echoed countless times, not everybody's going to earn the right to know your story. Not everybody's going to earn the right to know your middle name. Not everybody's going to earn the right to know your hopes and dreams. But it is you that will define it all. Who am I talking to? You feel like right now, the rug under your feet has been pulled. You feel right now that somebody has emotionally placed a dagger in your back and you can't believe it's them. Don't you realize everything spiritually time release? That goes back to what I said before. Not everybody's going to earn the right to know your story. That's why you hear people echo through the ethers. People come in your life for a reason, season, and a lifetime. But if they don't have a relationship with themselves, what's the point? We can easily dumb it down and say, well, there was a reason why he came into my life. And the season was because of the fact that I felt unprotected. But I really wanted him for a lifetime. But he wasn't the one that's going to change your last name. He's not going to be the one that's going to facilitate what's required to protect your heart. He's not going to be the one that will have the tools already inside him to build. You do understand the one is the person that will open that spiritual door to the other side of your life. Who am I talking to? So why are you breaking your neck chasing after Charlie? Why are you frustrated and angry because Sarah ain't called you, or Sarah is not where she said she needed to be? But what you fail to realize is the priority is where she chooses to be. And that is something you have no control over. This is not shade, this is clarity, because what is being required is that you love yourself more. So when are you going to lift your head up? Because the stark reality is this. In a town near you, in a city near you, in a state near you, there are two pillars of reality that are found where you reside. One is called a cemetery. The other is the penal system. And both have open door policies. And they don't mind receiving you. That's why it's very important, family. You take the stopwatch out your life. Have the courage to stand up. Stand up. Have the strength to go within yourself to be vulnerable. If you can't do it for you, just think about this. How about the people that look at you, depend on you, and connect with you? You think you don't have an influence in their lives? Why do you think the parable of birds of a feather flock together? But where's a flock going without direction? To the demise. That's why your elders told you when you were little, well, if Billy jumped off a building, would you do it too? But if you don't know you won't follow suit. Only to hurt those who genuinely love you, who only want the best for you, to have a hole in the shape of you inside their heart. Who am I talking to? Guys, you don't realize you're getting ready to step into your summer. Therefore, guess what? 75% of a year is gone. That's right. Your babies are getting ready to close those books on this school year. First of all, let me throw this out for those doing what's required to protect them, for those ensuring that they are on the right platform and direction. How about trajectory to protect their future? Because it's not easy. Every day should be a somber but humble moment, because everything that you do is a reflection of what you have not done. I ain't got to remind you that. But I understand. Somebody said, Gerald, it's hard. I got to do this by myself, and it's not right. Of course it's not right. It's not fair. That's why we always overlook this. Child's supposed to have both their parents. So it's not going to be easy. That's why it's supposed to be, that's why the most decisive decision you make is who you choose to have a child with. Now, I know. You may have been one of those parents that, Gerald, I was in a gray spot. I was in a dark place. And, things just happen. Nothing just happens. Stop using that as an excuse to stay in your pain. Stop. What does it benefit you? Because the truth of the matter is, every time you look at them, the failure of that communication, that bond is represented through that child's development. You may see their face. That's a reminder of what you failed to do. But this is not shade. Because one thing I've come to learn, because God loves you so much, he will take two broken people to make a blessing. That's your child. So you cannot say life is over unless you choose it to be. Yes, Sarah, you got 6 kids and you're under the age of 32. That means you got to work a little harder. Yes, Daryl, you got 2 felonies and jobs are very scarce. That means you got to go within and not go back to what you know, because what you know is what got you those 2 strikes. But you know what's sad though? Is that beat keeps on beating when it comes to society. And they want you to keep being distracted so that you will not see what matters most. Yes, it is. All you got to do is be still and listen to what is being put out there and promoted. It's in your music. It's in your food. It's in your mentality. But where's God? Where's God? Now here's when we make that quick sharp turn. Because some of you may have this mindset, and trust me, I done been there. I done been there. That we want to have a mindset of we want to eat the meat and throw away the bones. We want to take the surface but not go a little deeper because it takes us out of our comfort zone. But I'm here to tell you, maybe your comfort zone is what's holding you back from you. And maybe now is the time that you say, you know what? I need this, whatever that is. Just make sure that it correlates with your mentality. Because if it doesn't correlate with your mentality, it definitely is not going to correlate with your circle. Who am I talking to? Y'all been tight for over 20 years, but they ain't grown. But when the chips fall on your end, there's never no support. But when the chips fall on theirs, they got their hand out. You know why? That lesson is to show you what self-worth and value is. It is also connected to your self-respect. Why are you taking a platform of saying, all men are dogs, Gerald? But sweetie, nobody opens your legs. And any respectable man knows this. If I can't make love to your mind first, what's the point of caressing your body? I have nothing to connect to. But Mr. Right Now, he don't care because he lives for the moment, not thinking about the future. And that is why society is laughing at us right now. I heard a story on the radio today. And, you know, you have a right to do whatever you want. But I felt it kind of disparaging because it validated a point that's always echoed, where a person wanted to drop the race card regarding an establishment that they walked in. And because the fact that they walked in, they didn't get the customer service required. But yet they spent a whole lot of money in that establishment. It's kind of hypocritical because you are basically supporting the problem. Here's my point. would you willfully perpetuate a situation or give it reward if you know it's wrong? Maybe it's because the same mindset is, well, I know he's not good for me, but because of how he makes me feel, I'll stay. Same mindset. You are not, if you constantly do the same thing expecting a different outcome, that's what insanity is all about. But guess what's not there? Responsibility. That is what breeds opportunists. They love you to be distracted from you. They love that. Because where they are, truth is not. And the moment the clarity comes, they are the first ones up and out the door. Boom, gone. Why? Because they can't. They don't want to see the truth. Because they know that their mindset and their character will shine a big old light on what they ain't. Kind of same thing when dealing with toxic people, family. Y'all know, you got that one person, every time they come around, all they got is negative Nancy. They ain't got nothing positive to say. And now you see this and you say, well, you know what? I'm going to keep 2 steps going and not put energy into that. And you watch them. They squirm. They feel out of sync. There's an unbalance there. So they try to perpetuate. You know why they do that? Because it validates their state of mind. And these are some of the most broken people you will come into contact. But keep in mind, they're also a reflection of you. So if you're keeping company or your circle does not represent your best interest, that's not your circle to be in, family. Never was, never will be. You might as well be on a ship with a big old hole on the side of the hull. But guess what happens? The rats always come to the top. And they will eat their own before they acknowledge what got them there to begin with. Who am I talking to? So let's turn the page. Someone asked me, said, Gerald, how do you feel about these, there's certain rituals you can do for money and protection. And, there's certain things you can do that will kind of manipulate your abundance. How do you feel about that? And I kind of steered clear from that for a long time because I didn't know how to answer it. But there's only one way I can, and that's truth. You do understand that when you play with spiritual doors, if you do not have a relationship with God first of all, you are setting yourself up for spiritual attack. Did you hear what I said? When you play with spiritual doors, you are setting yourself up for spiritual attack. So you want to play with them pentagrams, huh? And when you think about it, look at society. Look how the media is. They throw that all in your face. Why? To condition you so that when stuff pop off, it won't phase you. But that's how the devil does. The devil is like lying in the brush. He wants you to be comfortable as I don't know what, because that means you're not on point. He wants you to be as distracted as you possibly can so you can protect yourself. How about stay prayed up? But Gerald, she fine as I don't know what, Gerald. She fine. It's like she fell out of my dreams. Yeah, she fell out your dreams because that's what the devil needed. So, that's what you want? You want that hourglass? That long hair? Ooh, it looks like it's real too. She got that evil eye pendant on. She might be bold enough. She may have those pentagrams. wears them as earrings or, you know. And yes, millennials, don't sleep, because you got a lot of these entertainers out here that think they slick and they want to invert the crucifix. Don't you know that if God is north-south, who's that represent? It ain't God. And God will give you everything you want to distract you and motivate you to the appropriate time to consume you. And guess what? He knew that too, because when you took your fresh breath, you already knew who you were going to become. So that spiritual battle has been going. You might be one of those people that you trying so hard to walk straight and fly right, but death is always around you. Disappointment is always around you. And you don't understand. You've even gotten to the point of clarity saying, I don't want to end up being like you. Because your life is not as it should be. But you seen your grandma like that. You saw your mama like that. You saw your sisters like that. But you know you're the exception of the rule. The same calling cards. Well, number one, that's the Jezebel spirit. And she's working hard to destroy your family tree. But you might be the matriarch that is going to have good seed. And let me throw this out here, because there's a lot of people playing with their health. Oh yeah, STD rates ain't gone down. They keep going up to the point they ain't tracking them like they should. You know what else is going up? Queens, you guys are leading when it comes to stroke, heart disease, and unfortunately, sterility. That means you can't be a mother. That means when you see it and you realize what's going on and you want to flip it, but unfortunately that doctor says you can adopt. That's what God told us. Honor thyself, honor thy temple. But even Prince said it. There'll be thieves in the temple tonight. What do thieves do? They don't value what is that should be protected. They don't value what is sacred. They ransack, pillage, even destroy if you allow yourself to be open. Now I got it. I know deep down inside, I don't care if you got ice in your veins and you think you're the second coming of Mike Tyson. Everybody deserves and longs to be loved. Nobody wants to walk this planet by themselves. Everybody wants to be appreciated, and they want their life to stand for something. Even that person that's sitting in that 8x5. You think they woke up one day and said, hey, I want to end my days as an afterthought? I think not. Because that was somebody's father, who was somebody's brother, that was somebody's son. And their life was interrupted. So now we're talking your legacy. Think of it this way, family. Think back 5 years. And now look at right now. Why is it every day there's a shooting? There's a death. There's non-accountability. Why? Because pride and ego is placed on a pedestal instead of truth and value of your life. But millennials, You don't see it. You don't connect the dots. Nothing just happens just because. History repeats itself until the lesson is learned. That's why you see it. That's why when you see something so monumental, it'll shake you to the core. You might see it in your dreams. You call it a nightmare. Nah, that's a premonition. So who's loving you? I mean, who's really loving you? And I'll turn the page on this one. You do know everything that you went through, because I know there are some people that are on my channel. You had to deal with incest. You had to deal with molestation. You had to deal with drug addiction in your family. Maybe a sibling, or unfortunately, a parental figure. You had to deal with that. And you feel that part of your life was taken from you. No, 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 no. It wasn't. It's to prepare you and actually let you see how strong you was the whole time. But you're only working with the mindset that you got. So why are you beating yourself up? But see, I got it because see, society don't want men to be in tune with their emotions, because they know the moment that men are in tune with their emotions, they're going to make better decisions. Not be little boys in men's bodies, because any boy can reproduce, but only a man can provide. So, you're getting ready to step into your summer, family. You're going to let this summer be a mirror of last year? How about that last summer that you wish you never went through? Who am I talking to? Hard to bury it, but it's there. You feel it. You know why? Because you have yet to give yourself permission to be in tune and love yourself. So we can nip this in the bud. You want to have that fruitful relationship that you dream about? Because you know the things you think about subconsciously really is nothing but reflections of what's the real you. You just haven't given it a voice. Which is actually, I could flip this. That's like I tell everybody. You got fit. Why is it in 2017 you got secrets? Don't you realize that secrets are nothing but truth without a voice? You realize, right? But that's the same thing that enslaves you from your development too. But you know what's more stark than that? As long as you have those secrets, you basically saying that the person that placed those inside you, everything you went through, everything you experienced was in vain. Who am I talking to? You don't see it? 2017, you have a movement of ultra sexuality. They say, well, look here, you know, yeah, I know you want monogamy, and monogamy is between a man and a woman, but we're going to flip the script because you can love who you want to love. Okay, I got that. But at the end of the day, if you ain't sleeping right, there's a reason why you ain't sleeping right. So then you got those that say, well, that's okay, Gerald. I don't want a relationship, but I want the benefits of a relationship. So what's wrong with that? You're demarginalizing yourself. Then you got some that say, well, you know what? I want an open relationship. But how can you have an open relationship when you don't have a relationship with yourself? So now you don't have the value to understand what's needed to be protected. See, anybody can open their legs, just like anybody can open their wallet. But see, you don't understand the predator from the prey. Because if it was equal across the board, you would also see that why are they with you and why are you with them? What y'all got to talk about? Huh? But see, on the meanwhile, you're working on that PhD in your sexuality, but when it's all said and done, looks fade. Now, unless you're going to go ahead and become a sexologist or pursue a degree in mental health where you talk about that and the abuses that come from it, you perpetuate it even more. So you got to wonder why people have the position of, women ain't crap and all guys are dogs, but there's nobody, you don't hear nobody say, well, you know what, I had this go on with me, but I keep forgetting that it wouldn't have any benefit, which it wasn't but pain, but I wouldn't be able to relate to it if I did not willfully put myself there to begin it. In other words, with anything that you wish to possess, you have to make the decision from changing the want to the need. But if the need doesn't bring the best you out, it's a distraction. And distractions always have illusions until clarity comes. And what happens when the clarity comes? They ain't there. It was all good yesterday, Joe. I don't understand. Because you didn't see the agenda. And the agenda was to distract you from you. Because if you were grounded, you can make sound decisions. You could actually say no. You do know the word no doesn't mean forever. The word no means under review. And if they love and respect you, they'll make provisions to change it so you can say yes. I'm just saying. But no, the sun's shining. It's going to be hot. You're going to have people out there waiting to bare their soul and let their bodies be seen, and the hedonism is going to be out there. Nothing wrong with being proud of your body. Just make sure it doesn't compromise your value. Because you don't hear nobody talking about that. You always will hear people say, well, the same people saying that, they'll say, well, all men are this and all women are that. How would you know if you don't put yourself in there to be the target? That's just like a firefighter running into a burning building without protective covering. Why would you put yourself at risk? Because it's based off the psyche or your mentality of what is a need compared to what is a want. You know I'm talking to you. When you're going to give yourself permission to love you? How about this? When's the last time you cried? I won't tell nobody. Because your tears are blessed, and that cleanses your soul. Because it's a representation of truth. That's why you always see people, they're like, I feel better now that I told the truth. Yeah, because the truth is you. But you won't play this game of, I want to make his life miserable because you're miserable. Or I'm going to compromise myself because I don't see my value. Nobody can make you do what you don't want to do. But you never take in accountability of what you put yourself in harm's way for. I ain't know him, but I went over his house. I can wear whatever I want. What you think was going to happen? I ain't know the group of guys. I just went on over there because I thought it was okay. But you end up getting stabbed. Somebody takes a shot at you, knowing you shouldn't have been over there to begin with. Who am I talking to? Listen, they're not going to stop making that yellow tape, family, just like they're not going to stop making ammunition. We can sit up here and say, well, you know, it's because the people got guns. No, it's because people are not using responsibility in the choices that they make, which goes back to free will again. So you have to make a choice. You want your summer to end up like all the rest, or make this one that will change the trajectory of your life? Excuse me. I'm just saying. Because, you know, this has nothing to do with it, but I got to throw this out here. I'm on YouTube last night, and I'm looking at 10 of the most extreme roller coasters or something, right? It's something that, you know, and, you know, they got videos about the best in you know, in the world or in the United States, whatever. And I thought about it. You always hear people talking about, I didn't drop money on this, drop money on that. But you'll never hear nobody say, well, you know what? I just bought this amusement park. I done just built this school. I didn't invested in these stocks and bonds. Oh, don't get it twisted. Because anybody that's got some lucrative assets, they got stocks. Even though they may be turning around talking about, I'm getting this and I'm getting that, they're getting the shares, family. You make more money off the shares than you do the. But then again, I ain't got to tell you that. You already know that, right? And the people that have the means to do it, why is it you don't ever hear them saying, you see them putting $1 million on a car, or, you know, do whatever you want to do with your money, but you can't take it with you. Meanwhile, you have those that have the means that don't want you to see them in that light, but they got the receipts with their name on it, and they're making their money consistently. You ever thought about that? In other words, you're going to spend $180 on a pair of Jordans when you can turn around and wear it for a little bit of time and scuff it up and throw them in the closet? Or you can be smart and buy some Jordan stock. Talk about the gift that keeps on giving. Because real men, we don't wear our wealth, we invest it. Be blessed.